Hi, I'm Antoy, and on this episode of The Antoy Show, our guest, Melanie Cohen from HypnoSwitch, is going to teach us everything we ever wanted to know about hypnotherapy. Check it out. So let's jump right in. Tell me a little bit about the journey that led you here.
As you said, I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I've been doing this for about 6 years now. I went to USC Law School. I graduated in 2002, and I practiced for about 5 years as an attorney, as a litigator. One of the scariest things, going into court and having to represent people. And I would just eat, overeat, binge on food in order to deal with stress. And I was looking for something to help me with that pattern, that behavior that I was experiencing that I didn't like. And I found hypnotherapy. And at first I was really skeptical. I had no idea what it was all about, but I was open to it, and it was amazing. It changed my life. I realized that not only could I get control over my eating, but I was able to start sleeping better and feeling healthier all around. And eventually I realized there's a lot here, and I really want to learn more. And it was a gradual process, but eventually I switched my career because of it.
And so what are some of the areas of expertise that you work in?
Two biggest things that people come in for are smoking and weight loss. But my areas of expertise also include fears, phobias, so helping people, whether it's fear of flying or there's some really interesting ones, fear of animals.
I won't tell you mine.
Okay. I'll get that out of you, maybe later. I work with insomnia, a lot of stress-related conditions, performance anxiety, test anxiety. I work a lot with professionals, people who are pretty high-functioning, they're well-adjusted. They just have, one or two little tweaks, improvements that they want to make in their life. But I work with all ages, from 5 years old all the way up to people in their, late 70s. I've had the whole gamut.
So what is your approach to treatment?
I use a multidisciplinary approach to treatment, guided imagery, neurolinguistic programming, as many tools as I feel are appropriate in the session to help the client get the best results. And one of the things that I've noticed is that people are suggestible to different things. Some people are more visual, and so they'll respond better to visual suggestions, to imagery. Some people are more auditory. Some people respond better to direct suggestions, like if I tell you, you will stop smoking, that might work for one person, but for another person who is more of an indirect learner, I would have to create more of a story and a metaphor that they would take the implied suggestions. So before I work with anybody, I really try to get to know my clients as best as I can to understand how they think and what their learning style is.
Let's take it back to the basics and just define what is hypnotherapy.
There's a lot of different definitions out there. The way I like to define it is hypnosis is a state of intense mental absorption where your mind is more open to suggestions. It feels very relaxing, so your body, physically you feel very relaxed. Mentally you're more open and more receptive to suggestions.
How does hypnosis work exactly?
So hypnosis works by bridging the gap between your conscious and subconscious mind. When you learn something and it gets stored in the subconscious, it becomes sometimes very difficult to change. It's almost like hardwired in. So that's why when you make a conscious decision to, let's say, stop smoking or stop overeating or stop biting your nails or whatever, what have you, when you make that decision consciously, but in your subconscious, maybe you've conditioned yourself to using food as a comfort or some other substance as a comfort, as a stress reliever, it's going to be really hard to change that with your conscious mind alone. So hypnosis is one of the only ways, it's a powerful way to tap into your subconscious, to talk to that part of your mind that is responsible for most of your behaviors, really. And when you do that, when you get the two parts aligned, then you can start to achieve your goals much easier. So hypnosis can help you make changes very quickly and effectively and long-lasting change.
Is there any specific training or certification required to be a hypnotherapist?
There is a certification procedure. Not everyone goes through the process of getting certified, but I think that when you're looking for a hypnotherapist and you're looking to choose somebody as your hypnotherapist, it's a good idea to find out whether they're certified. If they are, that means that they've had the schooling and the experience.
Yeah, you don't want to go under with someone who doesn't know what they're doing, right?
That's tricky, you know. I mean, you might find somebody that you connect really well with, but I think it's a good idea to find out what experience the person has had, where they went to school, are they certified? Those are all really good questions to ask.
Okay. So you have a lot of different licenses, training, and certification. Can you tell us about some of those?
Sure. Well, I graduated from the Hypnosis Motivation Institute, and I became certified as a hypnotherapist. I've also done guided imagery training, neurolinguistic programming, and I'm working on getting my master's in psychology. I think it's really good to continue to build your tools and collect more tools in your toolbox as a therapist, because every person is different, and so I want to be able to tailor each session to the individual client and their needs, their personality, and their learning style. And the more tools you have, the easier it is to do that.
Okay. Well, a common question that some of our viewers send in is, could they hypnotize themselves?
Well, the truth is we all go into a state of hypnosis naturally. If you've ever driven down the freeway and you miss your exit because you're not really paying attention, that's highway hypnosis.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. So if you've ever, you know, you're at the gym and you get so into your workout that you're super absorbed into it and you forget about everything else, all your problems, all your worries, you're just into that. It's a state of intense mental absorption. So these are all natural states of hypnosis, and that's why, yes, you can go into a state of self-hypnosis, but it's not as easy as having someone guide you into that state, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to achieve a state of deep relaxation while at the same time giving yourself suggestions. So it can take you out of that deeply relaxed state. That's why it helps to have a guide.
Some people, I guess, their thought and memory of hypnosis is the stage shows where people are being hypnotized and, you know, jumping around like a monkey or whatever. But it's a lot different than that.
Yeah, well, those are fun. I've been to those stage shows, and they can be a lot of fun. But and some people think about that and they think, oh, are you going to do something embarrassing to me? A lot of my clients wonder, you know, is this mind control? But the truth is, hypnosis is the exact opposite. The whole purpose of it is for you to gain more mastery and more control over your mind.
And can anyone be hypnotized?
Nearly everybody can be hypnotized. It's just a matter of degree. So some people go into really deep states of hypnosis more naturally than others, but it is something that you can get better at with time and with practice. And also the job of the hypnotist is to help you find the best way for you to go into a trance.
And how do hypnotherapists go about hypnotizing people? Is it like a bell, or they count backwards, or, you know, you see it on television, it's so stylized.
Right.
But I don't know if that's actually how it happens.
I don't have a pocket watch, that's for sure.
No TikTok,
like
TikTok.
No. Well, first of all, one of the more important things, before you can really be in a state of mental focus, you need to achieve a state of very deep physical relaxation. And so my job is to help create an environment where you can be very physically relaxed. And that might be using different tones of my voice. You know, I go into a deeper voice, or having certain kinds of music in the background that helps you get to a much deeper state. And when you're in that deepest state of relaxation, where you feel like you could almost fall asleep, but not quite, that's when I give you the positive suggestions, either direct suggestions or suggestions in the form of a story, and we work it out ahead of time depending on what your goals are.
I've never been hypnotized, so I'm not sure what it feels like. I could be hypnotized now and not know it. But what does it feel like when you're hypnotized?
Most of my clients say that it feels so relaxed, they feel like they're in a state of euphoria. They don't want to come out of it. They're like, it's done already? So it feels very relaxing for most people, and you feel more focused, you know, more with a state of, you're in a state of deep focus, more so than you normally are.
Do people usually remember what's happened after they've been hypnotized? Or do they just come out and they feel great, like they've had a great nap?
Yes, to both of those. It depends on the level of deepness. Some people go into such a deep state that they do have some amnesia afterwards and they don't remember everything. But most of my clients do remember most of the session, except for those times where they went really deep. And usually you kind of fluctuate. You know, you go into a lighter trance and then a deeper trance. And when you're in that deeper trance, you may lose some of the things. But one of the things that I really like to do for my clients is to record the session for them, so that if they miss something, you know, and also it helps to repeat suggestions. If you've had a habit, a lifelong habit, and you come in for one session, it may take a little bit of time, a little bit of repetition for you to hear it over and over again before it really sinks in.
How long does a normal session in hypnotherapy take?
An average session lasts an hour. Okay. Sometimes in the first session I spend a little bit more time with the client because I'm trying to get to know the person and how they think.
And then if you come in for a specific thing that you might be working on average, how long does that take?
It depends on what the client is working on. Mm-hmm. So for instance, people who want to come in to quit smoking, it usually takes about 2 sessions to do that. There's other things that might take a little bit longer, weight loss depending on the amount of weight that they want to lose, or it depends on what the client wants to achieve and also the motivation level of the client. Mm-hmm. So there's certain instances where I might ask the client to listen to their recording, and if, you know, they have to be willing to participate in doing that.
I know with today's technology and all the high-tech stuff, you can probably do it by phone or web or Skype nowadays.
Yeah, I have a lot of clients who I do phone sessions with or webcam sessions with, but I think the optimal state is to come in for at least one session in person so that I can meet you and really kind of get a face-to-face feeling, and it's always nice to have that interaction first before doing a phone session.
Let's talk about some of the things that people can use hypnotherapy for.
Well, living in Hollywood, I have a lot of clients who are actors, they're in the industry, people who maybe have audition anxiety or other kinds of performance anxiety. I also work with a lot of athletes, so enhancing performance, building confidence towards your performance, and then students. Test anxiety is a big one. Any kind of addictive or compulsive behavior, you know, those things that you know aren't good for you, but then you find yourself doing them anyway, compulsively, you know, without...
Like eating that cupcake?
Like eating that third cupcake?
The third cupcake.
Yeah.
The first 2 were okay, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing your knowledge and information with us about hypnotherapy and HypnoSwitch.
Sure, anytime.
You can go to www.hypnoswitch.com. You can find out everything you need to know about hypnotherapy, Melanie, and HypnoSwitch. And if you have comments or questions, you can go to www.mangoseedproductions.com and send us your comments. See you soon.